Hello everybody, welcome to a new speed build. Today I'll show you another base game house with no CC, so no custom content, and this one is a little bit smaller than the previous one because the previous one was a big villa. So if you haven't seen that one and you're curious, you can search it on my YouTube. But for this video I chose to build a smaller base game house, although it's not that small actually, but yeah, it's not a big mansion. At first I had an idea for this house which didn't really work out when it comes to colors for walls and not the structure, because the structure I'll just keep the same, but when it comes to choosing colors for walls, it's at first I tried out something like this, but what annoys me in The Sims is that you don't have bricks or stone brick wall that resembles the one I always have in mind. For example, my house, the house I live in real life, has a type of wall which I just can't find in The Sims, and I don't know why that is. The bricks are always too red. You can't really give them a more lighter orange kind of color, or you would have to search for an entirely different type of wall. But apart from that, I just realized that I wanted a more modern house, so I gave it these black walls. And at this point I'm placing pillars, but I forgot that you can just make pillars larger and place them against the wall like this. I think I also forgot, which is like the first time ever, I forgot to use move objects. At first, in the beginning of course, afterwards I realized I don't think I could be able to build a house without move objects, but at first I forgot it wasn't on. If you don't know what move objects is, it's basically that you type Control Shift and then you type your command bb dot move object or move objects on, and you enter, and then you can place objects, items, furniture way closer to each other without having everything turning red because the grid says you can't place it there. Okay, so it's a really handy cheat, but I think you already know it. Then after this, these black walls and pillars, I had to do the windows, and I knew I wanted to do something with the light wooden color. But what I'm doing now, as you might have seen from the thumbnail, is not exactly how it'll turn out in the end, because in the end I'll make it look more modern, because now it looks a bit old-fashioned. Even with these windows in black, I mean, it looked better, but I'll change these to more modern windows. But for now you have this version. I don't know if I'll realize it immediately that I wanted to change it. But first I did this. So I just placed these windows and I was like, this looks so flat and boring. So what I did is I placed more walls to make a kind of bump come out, on which I could place these windows, and then on the edge I could place the smaller ones. So with all the big windows and the smaller one on the side, it looks way better, I think. It's a kind of bay window situation, and then I realized I could also do that on the smaller part of the house. So again, I copied the windows and I placed some smaller ones on the side. So that I really liked, and I think about now I'll realize that I wanted different small windows, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it's now. So I delete these old windows and replace them with more modern looking ones. And when you see the house like this, you immediately see the difference. It looks way more modern, and it just looks better, I think, for this one, because what I had in my mind before making it also looked more modern than what it just looked like with those older ones. So this one was way better, I thought. And then I had to start decorating the whole garden around it. So what I did was, in the speed build version, this looks very satisfying, everything going so fast, but this takes a while if you have to do this. If you have to do this in real life, but it's worth it, because when you place a hedge fence, you don't have the option to place it all the way to the edge of your lot, and these also look different than the hedge fences because they're smaller and they're more like blocks instead of a small fence. So I really like placing them just on the outline of my lot. Then you also, when you're walking on the street, you don't have this sense of your driveway being immediately there, and just your whole lot not being cut off from the road, because that's kind of a weird feeling. So I like to place these little hedge blocks in between. I think it's then that I realized, no, I already realized I didn't choose move objects. I just realized that I needed to use show live edit object, so I could place this fancy looking sports car, which really makes the build better, I think, because I mean it kind of matches the building and it looks cool. Okay, so then I had to surround the build with trees. But I had to make them a bit bigger so you could still see the house, and so I made the one on the sides even bigger so you could actually have this effect of bigger trees on the outer part and then smaller trees on the inside. Which looked quite good to me. And I checked what it would look like in the gallery. By the way, this is already in the gallery, just like my other newest builds, because I don't wait. I just put them in the gallery when I finish them, so I don't wait until I've uploaded a video. So you can all download them if you want to. Okay, then I had to place some more pushes, but placing them in the back was more difficult than in the front, because in the front it made perfect sense how you could put them, but in the back it made less sense because you still have this open space. But I didn't want to fill it up entirely because otherwise you wouldn't be able to reach the garden. Okay, then I wanted to place fences around them because that looked better, but I was a bit scared of placing the fences because I know from experience that when you do that, those pillars might just disappear at one point without you realizing it. So just to be sure, I hadn't placed them entirely up to the house. And then in the back I made them go like this. I think that looked nice because that looked as if they were potted plants. Then I had to add some lights. I added those street lights there as well, so your Sims can see when they have to go out in the dark. This way it looked really nice already. I added in some tree and some bushes here, because otherwise it looked a bit empty there. And then I'll add in some furniture as well for on the terrace. Okay, before adding the furniture on the terrace, I had to divide the house into pieces because otherwise you might struggle with furniture outside being moved when you place walls. I don't know why this happens, but it can happen. Then I had to divide the upstairs into different parts, which was actually a bit difficult. Because that dark room I thought would have to be the bathroom, but then the other rooms would be way too small, so I started over. And then I made the rooms go like that. So you would have one bathroom and then I think 3 bedrooms. I think from all the houses I've made recently, this one you can really use as a normal family house, because it has one bedroom for the parents and then two smaller rooms for the children. For example, in the Italian villa you have like 4 or 3 what looks like more of guest rooms or something like that, but here you have more of a home feeling, like a normal home. The rooms are also not huge. Okay, so now I started on the terrace. I chose a big table because there was a lot of space. And some space for your Sims to grow plants. By the way, I realized now that the part of the garden to the left of the path is actually empty, but you could place, for example, a climbing, I don't know what it's called, a climbing rack or something like that for your children. Okay, so then I made the walls. I really like this. I thought because you have a lot of light wood outside, maybe it's cool if the inside of the house has a lot of wood as well. But I added those dark gray walls as kind of a distraction from all the abundance of wood. I doubted whether I should put white walls as well, but then they mess too much with the wooden vibes, so I just deleted that. Then I did something which I'm doing all the time now. I'm adding in plants at first because I tend to forget to keep some space for them, since one of my favorites, the ones I've placed right here, are quite big plants, and then I don't have space for them anymore to place them somewhere else. So I placed them first to warn myself to not put anything there, which was also quite fun. Okay, so for the kitchen I went for dark. I think I use a lot of black furniture in this one. Then I realized that these bushes had disappeared. I don't know why and I don't know when, but they just did. I really don't like it when that happens in The Sims. You always have you can always have things disappearing, especially outside of your house. I used to have that a lot, and then I thought it was fixed, but apparently it's not. Okay, so here I use black sofas, and then the wood came back in all these tables and cupboards and bookcases. I didn't really want to add curtains to the windows because they would mess with the whole big window vibe, but I did place them behind that bookcase just to I don't know, to add something more to it. It's actually a bit strange if you think about it, those curtains being behind it, but I liked it, so I just kept it that way. Then I gave them stereo, because why not? I tried not to overdo it, but also not to place too little, because then it would seem a bit boring. I wanted it to be cozy but not too chaotic. I think that worked out fine. So that's living room. Then yeah, the kitchen is also about ready. As I always explain, I put the most important furniture first, and then I see what I'll do with the room, or what I'll do with the rest of the room. But in this case, I had quite some ideas, and yeah, that's just changed things because the rooms were also small, so I kind of finished them quite quickly. I do feel like lately when making these base game houses, I'm starting to see a pattern where I just go search for the same items I used before, because you don't have a lot of options. But then on the other hand, I still have a lot of variation between the different houses, so maybe base game isn't that limited after all. I just like making this because it's a real challenge, but it makes me extra happy when I'm finished and it looks good, thinking that I made this with only base game items, and also knowing that this way just everyone who has The Sims, and no matter what packs you have, or if you have no packs at all, you can just download it. I really like that. I also have a sister who plays The Sims and who has like 2 or 3 packs, so it's nice to know that she can download this too if she wants. But as I said, it's also just a nice challenge. I'll also be uploading some Create a Sim videos soon, where I make sims that are limited to one pack only. So you might have already seen my merman video where I make a mermaid man with only the island pack stuff, and I kind of do the same with vampire stuff and university pack, and the other one I use is actually, I think, oh no, that's just a base game one. So I also make a base game sim, but those are the incoming videos, so I won't say too much about that yet. And I also have some houses incoming. I've done a lot of building and creating sims. So that's all incoming. You want to, if you want to know when they are uploaded, you can subscribe to my channel and put on reminders or something. Making the inside of this house went quite smoothly, I think. So now you see there are only 2 rooms left, and I'll make them quite quickly. I first wanted to make this a toddler room, but then I didn't find a good base game toddler bed that suited this this house, so I just made another children's room or teenage room, whatever. What you can also do is you can download these houses and then just go ahead and delete or add stuff, maybe from some of the packs you own, or yeah, whatever you can choose. Or you can just enjoy watching this build. Okay, so now I had to check on everything one last time. I also added in this plant apparently. And okay, so this is downstairs. No, this is outside. Okay, that's what I'll show first. This is outside. This is night version outside, which also looks really cool, I think. Yeah, then I saw this pillar had disappeared, so as I said, watch out with those things. Then, yeah, inside, outside, you just saw. This is available in the gallery. It's just called Basegame House or something, but my gallery ID is Shining Silver Sims, so you'll find it there. Anyone can download it if you have a 30-20 lot available, which you probably have because there are a lot of them in The Sims. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you like this house, and see you next time. Bye bye.